Connor McDavid is one of the best hockey players on the planet right now, and he's only 23 years old. Most of this prestige is contributed to his speed, handling, deking, and shooting ability. As we begin looking closely at Connor's stride, we're going to point out a couple of key clues and explain why those things are occurring. Remember, most of what we see in an athletic motion is a series of reactions within the body, so many of the characteristics we talk about seeing are the effects of something that has already occurred in the body, which we refer to as the cause. Understanding the causes to movement are what enables us to discuss how Connor can achieve things other players do not. We'll start with discussing the balance and coordination of his body. As he begins to sprint, we notice the beautiful extension of his arms and legs in a cross-crawl pattern. His ability to extend his limbs independently of the motion of the body is called disassociation, and his ability to disassociate is what helps distinguish him on a very basic motor functional level. His ability to disassociate comes back to balance. We have not personally tested Connor, but I would guarantee that he has elite pelvic stability and control based on his ability to engage and use the muscles of the pelvis and torso to create enough stability in his core to not require the use of his arms and legs for balance while he's skating. This elite core control allows for maximization of disassociation and can be established as a main contributing factor to Connor's elite athletic feats. Another aspect that distinguishes McDavid's skating in his crossovers is his ability to generate the explosive speed that he does while crossing over. The secret here ties back to stability. Because he is stable forward and backwards, which we refer to as the sagittal plane, his body has the ability to function well side to side, or the frontal plane. We can see as he enters a turn that his hips are tilted dramatically. This creates a tremendous amount of leverage into the ice as he is using the stability of his pelvis and the momentum of his body to continue to maintain or even increase his speed as he dekes. The efficiency of movement in his body allows him to use physics to his advantage, which is how he is able to squeeze that extra percentage out of his skills that other players are not. Let's look at one of his highlight goals from this year. We are going to see how he leverages his biomechanics to embarrass one of the top defensemen in the league. Connor carries a lot of speed up ice. That momentum is going to be used in conjunction with his incredible body control to deke the defender. As he approaches Morgan Rielly, he begins to cut to center ice. As he stick handles to the backhand, he drops his left hip and tilts the pelvis sharply to the left. The results are his magic. This is the moment that his momentum towards the center of the ice is used to catapult him in the opposite direction. Imagine that the level of the pelvis are like the wings of an airplane. If the plane tilts to the left, the plane goes to the left. The same is true for the position that we put the pelvis in. When he tilts the pelvis left by dropping the left hip, he is able to dig his right inside edge into the ice and slam on the brakes to change direction. His right leg enters a hip hinge, and he uses the momentum of his skating to flex the right hip very dynamically, and then pushes off of that loaded pattern as if he were springing off of a trampoline. This biomechanical movement allows him to instantaneously change direction while maintaining his original speed. This completely dekes the defender, and he is now free to go and score. None of this would be possible if he did not have the stability of the pelvis to slow down the momentum of the body and change direction. Remember how I said he was great at disassociating his arms from his legs and torso? While most players' imbalances require the use of their arms or legs to simply skate, his freedom of his arms and legs allows to maximize the use of every part of his body. In this goal, we not only see his elite lower body mechanics, but we also see that while his lower body works, he is able to use his upper body to deceive the defender. While most players are taught to watch a player's torso as it will reveal the direction that that player is going to move, Connor's ability to disassociate allows him to take his pelvis and tilt it to the left, but keep his chest facing right. This is the reason why Morgan Rielly is committed to one side while watching the upper body movement. While McDavid's pelvis tilts to the left, he goes right around him, and by the time Rielly can adjust, McDavid has already passed him. Again, his ability to unlock these capabilities in his body comes back to the preparation as an athlete. His body is perfectly conditioned to be doing exactly what he wants. His elite pelvic capabilities allow him to leverage physics in ways that most players are not able to. As impressive as he is as an athlete, what he does physically is not magic, it's just science.